Hey there, welcome to Recap Pal, your movie partner. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's recap. Something unusual caught his eye in the bathroom, though everything had already fallen apart. A large group of unknown people moved toward him. Fear gripped him, and he ran to camp without wiping. It was the 10th year after the apocalypse. There were only a few thousand people left on Earth, and now a group carrying daggers had shown up. That could only mean they came with bad intentions. Lucas collapsed to the ground in fear, and his father beside him also sensed something was wrong. When he stood up to check, those people were already just a few dozen meters away. The battle-hardened father knew this was about to be another fierce fight. But Lucas suddenly froze because his infected wife was lying nearby. Seeing his father packing their bags, Lucas didn't snap out of panic until his father shoved the bag into his arms. Then he hurried to help. But those strangers were already getting close to the camp. The father had no choice but to kick open the wooden boards and lead the family to escape through the back door. In the apocalypse, supplies were scarce. Getting caught would be unthinkable. Seeing running wasn't an option. The father opened the nearby toilet lid. To protect his son and his wife, he stuffed them both inside, then planned to face those outlaws alone, but with just his own strength. How could he fight a whole group at first? The father took down a few, but within seconds he was struck down with a single blow. And the couple inside could only tremble, watching the father get killed right in front of them. But to survive, they had to hold back their cries. And even worse, those people entered their camp and found the bag Jeff had just dropped. Inside were valuable pills. In the apocalypse, most people were infected. Only these pills could barely keep them alive, but now the pills were taken away. So what about the infected wife? Seeing his father tied to a stick, Lucas planned to come out after they left, but when they walked by the toilet, the leader seemed to notice something off. Something under the scattered sticks didn't look right. Lucas quickly covered his wife's mouth when the leader squatted down and was about to lift the toilet lid. Lucas held the board down with all his strength, stopping the leader outside. But what was inside? The leader grew curious. Could it be hidden supplies? So he leaned down and took a strong sniff. The pungent smell made him cough, and the couple survived after the strangers finally left. Lucas climbed out of the toilet, but the camp had been looted. How would they survive now? Especially with the wife severely infected. Even lying in bed, she was weak all over, seeing her wound getting worse. I've tried to find the medicine box, but when he picked it up, it was completely empty. Seeing his wife in unbearable pain, he actually thought about killing her. But she was the wife he once loved. Lucas couldn't do it, so to find pills to save her, Lucas left the last bit of water, then went out and hid the camp. Before setting off to track those strangers, he followed his father's blood trail, searching through the wilderness, but it was already minus 20 degrees. And he only had a t-shirt and shorts. Lucas soon collapsed in the snow. Cold and hunger wrapped around him, his mind fading but in a daze. He saw a small boy walking past. Lucas wouldn't let the chance slip. He silently followed the boy until the boy got home and saw him, but it was too late to run. The boy slammed the door shut, with Lucas closing and the boy hid behind his grandpa. Anyone cornered would unleash great strength. So did Lucas. He kicked the iron door open. But he didn't hurt them, he just took the old man's clothes. Then continued his journey. But to his shock, although there were still bloodstains, Lucas soon saw human bones on the ground. He buried his father in pain, but it wasn't time to grieve. He had to find those people and the pills, or his wife would soon die. With no blood trail to follow, Lucas climbed up a tall tree to search for their tracks. Soon he saw smoke rising ahead. But then, Lucas fell from the tree before he could react. A worse thing happened. Wild dogs howled from afar. Lucas tried to get up, but he was injured from the fall. Then he got an idea. Animals feared fire. He just needed to light their old campfire. As the sun went down, Lucas lit the fire and kept adding fuel. Soon the wild dogs came. Lucas waved the torch in the dark. The dogs dared not approach. He survived the night. The next day, Lucas slowly woke up. Luckily, he saw a streak of blood in the river. Looking upstream, a woman from the group was washing a dagger. But he couldn't rush in yet. He had to find their main camp. Following her trail, Lucas soon found it. The pills must be there. Seeing only the woman inside, he thought about charging in, but they were cautious. They set up bell traps. Lucas was even more careful. He reached her with a stone in hand, but after searching, the pills weren't in the bag. He had to search everywhere, but he didn't notice. He and the woman started fighting, though Lucas was hurt with the stone. He knocked her down, then he saw a camper nearby. Lucas searched inside, but just then, the strangers came back. Lucas wiped the blood, hid all signs of the fight, and dragged the woman aside. But Lucas didn't know his enemies were ruthless. They had brought the boy back, and the careful leader noticed the mirror had moved. He ordered them to tie the boy up, then went to the river to look for the woman. Lucas knew he couldn't hide forever with everyone out. He covered the woman with leaves, then snuck back to the camp. But there was still an infected man guarding. Lucas waited till he went into the camper, then crept out, tried to free the boy. but the boy screamed, alerting the infected man. But when he came out, Lucas had already freed the boy. The infected chased after them, and Lucas went into the camp. Finding a locked box, the pills must be inside, but he couldn't kick it open. Then the leader came back with the woman's body. Lucas hid under the camper, not daring to move at dawn. While everyone slept, Lucas crept into the camper and took the key from the leader's neck. As he guessed, the box was full of pills. Lucas stuffed them in his pocket, then locked the camper door and left. But maybe he was too happy as he ran away. While everyone slept, Lucas crept into the camper and took the key from the leader's neck. As he guessed, the box was full of pills. Lucas stuffed them in his pocket, then locked the camper door and left. But maybe he was too happy as he ran away. The bell woke the leader. The small lock didn't stop his kicks. Lucas ran through the forest. The leader and his people chased close behind, but Lucas used the mountain paths and quickly escaped. He went to the boy and the grandpa's home just to hide. But he saw a wild dog. Tracks inside was bloody and tragic. Lucas nearly fainted. He stumbled out. With the enemies chasing, Lucas gave up resisting. When he woke again, he was tied on the ground next to a fire being lit. Lucas knew he would die, but he saw a whistle nearby. While they were busy, Lucas blew the whistle. Its sound echoed through the forest. It would draw wild dogs. The leader kicked him, but it was too late. The dogs were coming. They ran in panic. Lucas freed himself and hid under a tree, avoiding the dogs. After a while, he knew they had scattered. He sat close by a tree, then jumped from above, catching them off guard. Soon Lucas, with his strength, took down 2 of them, then faced the leader, but the leader was tough. Lucas shot his leg with a bow, but the string snapped. They had to fight with daggers. Then wild dogs howled again. Lucas ran. The fight paused. After a long time, Lucas found a house. There must be supplies, but the owner was dead. Lucas found a weapon on him and more inside, even a submachine gun with 2 weapons. Lucas feared nothing, but then a noise behind him. It was the leader, but Lucas had weapons. He aimed at the leader, but then they froze, then fought back. At the camp, his wife woke from the dog's howls. She struggled up and saw wild dogs running. She knew she was in danger. Meanwhile, Lucas fought the leader being choked. He kicked the leader away and remembered the weapon. Jeff won. He ran back to camp, but it was a mess. The door opened. His wife gone. The dogs had attacked. Lucas sat on the ground full of regret, and at the end, the director gave a strange ending.
If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more movie recaps only on Recap, your movie partner. See you in the next video.